Hello everyone! This is a very special episode because, as you just saw, I got my physical copy of Isabel Paige's cookbook. Now previously I had gotten the e-reader or Kindle version of it, and when I saw she had a pre-order on her hardcover, I went ahead and grabbed it because personally, I actually prefer to have a hardcover version, especially of books that I'm going to use, several times. I just like to kind of have it within my sight, so to speak, to remind me to pull it off the shelf. But I thought it might be fun to look at some of the differences so that if some of you who are on the fence as to whether or not to purchase the hardcover, if you've already gotten a Kindle, maybe you can go ahead and make a more informed decision to see if it's something you want to do. So let's go ahead and take a look. And here we go. You can see that the only thing changed on the cover is you get 50 recipes in the original. If you go ahead and get the hardcover, you're going to get 60. Now, like I said, I usually reserve this for novels and things that I'm probably just going to read once. But for something that I'm going to use again, like I said, I like to have a nice physical copy of it. And you can see that this is a really nicely bound, nicely printed cookbook. The pages are really nice, thick, and glossy. I really like the font. I like the little pictures. You can see here that all of these little pictures are actually personal to Isabel and her channel, which I thought was a really nice touch. We have some really nice pictures, and then we come to the contents. Now, keeping in the same spirit as the first review I did, I will not be showing the actual recipes and the measurements and that kind of thing, just because I think, as a fellow YouTuber, that's kind of not fair. I don't want to just, take someone that someone's worked really hard on for their channel and then just, throw all their secrets to the wind. So we're going to keep this strictly as a review of the actual cookbook. And then I will be actually making something from it. I've got the ingredients all right here. And we'll do like a quick taste test of that, which I'm really hoping I'm going to like this because of some reasons that I will tell you in just a little bit. Now, as far as the recipes, like I said, most of them, you've got your 50 here, and then she added 10 more. And you'll notice some of the 10, like Grandma's chocolate bars, that looks really good. She's got some ones in here that sound really awesome. And what I really appreciated about those 10 recipes is that they're actual meals, good looking desserts, full recipes, not just something that was a token that was thrown in just to get the number up to 60. These were actually thoughtful recipes that were added in that add value to it and things that I would really like to try and look really good. So you can see this is a really nicely laid out and quality cookbook. I really enjoy the pictures. I really like this layout. It's very clean, modern, and sleek. As I said before, it's bound very nicely, so I'm pretty confident that this is a cookbook that's going to last several years and hopefully several years of heavy use. And I won't show all of them, but she did add some really nice pictures from her channel and just, things that she and Logan do. And I thought that was a really nice touch because it adds more of an ambiance to the cookbook and really brings it back to her specific channel. Now for this taste test, I've decided to make her macaroni and cheese. She says that it's Logan's favorite and that it's really, really good. And I hope it is because, as some of you might know, I have become intolerant to dairy products. So that means no more cheese. And, who doesn't love a good macaroni and cheese? I didn't want to give that up. So I'm going to try this as a substitute and see how that goes. I also chose this because I had already most of the ingredients. All I needed to get was the sweet potatoes, and so I thought that would be a perfect thing to try since, you know, we're all about trying to save on our groceries and not have a lot of food waste, so it's better to use what you have than run out and get a bunch of new ingredients. So let's go ahead and get that started. And now we've got that simmering. We've got our pasta water almost ready for our pasta. And now Isabel suggests serving this with tomatoes. So let's go out in the garden and see if I have any ripe on the vine. I believe I do. Let's hope we get lucky. And if anyone was wondering what these are in the background of the ingredients, these are actually the purple peas I had growing in my garden, which I'll show you in a minute. I've been letting them go to seed, basically, just letting them dry on the vine. Hopefully I can get these to grow next year. It's kind of an experiment for me because I've not really saved a whole lot of seeds before, but I really wanted to see if this would work. And here are the peas in question. We've been having some extremely hot weather here in East Tennessee, which is a little unusual for us. And as most of you know, peas are a cool weather plant. So, you know, they weren't doing as well as they probably could have. So that's why I kind of let these go ahead and dry on the vine. These are actually ready. I should go ahead and pull these off and put them into my little bowl. And then next year I'll probably go ahead and plant them a little bit earlier just so we can maybe get a few more off of there before the heat really sets in. And now let's see how the garden is growing. I've almost got a little squash ready to go ahead and pull. He'll be ready to eat soon. This one is just now, you know, going to go ahead and make some fruit, so that'll be some good zucchini. These are all the tomatoes that I started from seed. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that these tomatoes were that big just a few months ago, and now look at them. I can't wait to get the tomatoes off of those. Here's an update on the peppers. Can you believe how big and beautiful they're looking? I can't wait to try these. I think I might let some of them turn red and stuff before I pick them just to kind of get more of a full flavor. But I'm so happy with how this little pepper box turned out. I think this was probably the key to success right here. My straw flowers are looking beautiful. You can see they've got their nice heavy stems ready. Cannot wait for them to bloom, and as soon as they do, I will show them to you, because if you've never seen a straw flower before, you will fall in love with them, and I'm pretty sure you'll want to start growing them too. Now you'll see one change I've had to do. I've got shade cloth. This is stuff that, you know, you can put over the roof of your greenhouse to keep it from overheating. But look what I've had to do to shield, and I've got some up here too, what I've had to do to shield this loofah plant and this cucumber from the absolute worst of the, afternoon sun, just because with this heat, this poor little loofah plant just couldn't take it. He's doing much better now. You can see he's got some really nice strong leaves on him. So the shade cloth has really helped, and hopefully we'll be getting some loofahs off of him. This also helped the cucumber plant. He was struggling a bit. It might be because this is an English cucumber and an heirloom variety that may not have been rated for, as much high heat as we've gotten this summer, but he's still producing some fruit, so we'll be able to get something off of him, I'm sure. Ooh, and I've got some little chamomile flowers. I'll need to pull these off and make sure I dry them and do some tea soon and see how fresh chamomile tastes. And here is the tomato plant in question. I think these right here are going to be ripe enough for us to eat with this macaroni and cheese. You can see this one's actually quite an unusual tomato plant, as it starts out with like these more black purpley stripes and then turns into this really beautiful ruby color. This one here looks particularly beautiful. Let's go ahead and harvest that one. Look at that beautiful little star pattern on there. Isn't that cute? I think that should do it. We'll leave the rest to ripen a little bit more. You can see these are coming along really nicely, and the taste on these is very, unusual and good. I've really enjoyed them so far. This one here is another plant. This one is Black Beauty. This one is also going to have those black and purpley stripes and colorations to them. So we've got some flowers here. Can't wait to try that one. And I just noticed that we've got some green beans ready to pick. So I will be coming out here later and picking these for dinner. I can't wait. I love fresh green beans from the garden. Okay, we got it done. Did not take long at all, actually. It was really easy to throw together, so for a quick lunch, I think this would really work well. And I'm excited to try it. It smells good, so let's go ahead and dive in.
It's not what I expected.
No,
like,
it really
actually isn't. It isn't super cheesy, but it's still really good. Like,
yeah,
I think if you
that's
go
what
in,
I was thinking.
If you go in expecting it to taste like a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese or something,
Yeah.
I think you'll be disappointed.
I think, yeah, I'm gonna caveat. I think I have a fairly good mix of vegetarians and meat eaters that watch our channel. And so I'm going to say to the vegetarians and vegans that do watch it, oh my gosh, wow, are you going to love this? I will put out there that I can get like a hint of the sweet potato and stuff like that. And I actually really like that. The ingredients works really well together. As someone who just recently found out, like I said, that I can't really tolerate dairy anymore, this right here is going to be a perfect substitute for me. I think it's on the cheaper side than like your vegan cheese that you can get from the supermarket. I think it's a healthier option. I like the fact that she left the skins on the potatoes and the sweet potatoes. So you're cutting down on your food waste, especially if you don't have a compost bin, and you are adding more nutrients to it than you would necessarily get from just kind of like, your standard vegan cheese substitute.
Right. Even if you're a person that likes regular macaroni and cheese and aren't vegan or anything like that, like it's still very good.
Yeah.
I just like would be wary of going in expecting it to taste like macaroni and cheese.
Yes, and that's what I was going to say to my meat eaters and presumably my cheese eaters. If you guys, just absolutely love your cheese, don't make this thinking that it's going to taste exactly like cheese, because nothing can taste exactly like cheese. You know what I mean? Like a Parmesan is just a Parmesan.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get away from that. But I think if you go into it thinking, you know what, I'd like to try something a little different than my standard cheese, I think you can make this, and I think you can eat it and say to yourself, this is really good.
It is really good. It's almost like a really good like pasta salad, maybe? Or like a consistency that's you know what I mean? Like it's kind of a nutty flavor. You get that. You get a lot of really good mixed in flavors. Like it's really good.
It's well rounded.
Yeah, it's a very well rounded flavor. I really like it. Like I still want to. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat all of it,
yeah, we're gonna be eating more of it too. And I think you can put this in the freezer too, like if you need to, and just kind of pull out what you need.
Right.
But yeah, I think so. To my meat and cheese eaters, I would say please go ahead and try this, because even if you can still eat cheese, you lucky person, I think just to get something a little bit different and maybe add some more vegetables into, what is usually just kind of a carb and cheese dish.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good thing. I think you'll really like it. It tastes good. And to all my vegan viewers, you're gonna just love it. I mean, it's just good. I don't know what else to say for it. So yeah, really glad that I tried this one, especially for myself, because this is probably gonna have to be more of a go-to, for us if we're wanting to. If this guy can still eat cheese, so, he can eat some if he wants, but for me, I'm going to have to, stick. But I don't think you would be upset
I
for
enjoy
substituting
eating this.
it.
Yeah, I enjoy eating it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have any problem.
Yeah, so as a cheese eater that can still handle it, I mean, you're going to really like this. So, and as for the cookbook itself, that's where, you kind of have to decide if you already own the Kindle edition, or e-reader. I keep saying Kindle, but it's just kind of, you guys know what I mean.
Digital.
Yeah, digital version. If you have that one, that's for you to decide. Obviously, if you want to go ahead and get a physical copy. As I said before, the 10 recipes that she added to it are actual good full recipes. A lot of them are like lunch and dinner based. So you are getting more recipes. It's not just like a, kind of a token to pad it out kind of thing. It's very good quality. I'm personally glad I purchased this just because, like I said, I like having a physical copy, especially a cookbook. I like having it in the kitchen where I can, turn the page and remember that I have it instead of it being forgotten, on my Kindle. So yeah, I think overall, I'm very glad I purchased the physical copy for myself. This is awesome. I will be revisiting this recipe probably quite a bit. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this little surprise episode. I was certainly thrilled to get this in the mail, so couldn't wait to cook out of it. And I hope you really try this. I think you're gonna love it, whether you're a meat eater or a vegan. So we will wrap it up so we can go ahead and gobble up the rest of this bowl, and hope you come back for the next video, because who knows, we'll have some kind of weird vintage cookbook that I've pulled out of my collection to review. So hopefully we'll see you then, and thanks for watching. Bye!
And if you like historical cooking and unusual cookbooks, here's 2 more videos you might enjoy. And make sure to like and subscribe for more foodie adventures.